none of these guys are actually talking all too much because they are now focused on winning this upcoming match here. And we are already in the Land of Dawn for Game 2 as Omega takes on Todak again. Now, with Todak switching over to the blue side, things are going to be getting more interesting, and Eve is doing the same exact thing where he did back in Game 1, disrupting the buff.
Yep, this is just what Heath does. Missed the fundamental, back at it again, clocking in, 30 seconds. He's saying, Chiku, I want your buff. I want your buff. I wonder if he can hit the ejector just right. He did do exactly as he should. I mean, this is what happened in Game 1 as well.
Yeah, and man, he's such an annoyance to be playing against. But Formace doing exactly the same, but he is trying to find a little bit of a sweet escape. Not going to be too much of a problem, but oh, what's happening here to E1?
Oh, that's going to be a push onto Heath. Curtizi trying to get a few beads onto E1, misses one weak spot to fully unlock. Well, no ults yet, but it is just additional damage. So right now, Heath just making circle 8 movements around the river.
Yeah, and with that, it's going to be going at it again. And oh, what a setup coming from E1. This time he replies, he responds, and Yelly Haze might just be first blood, but he survives!
What? Spiral Strangling able to put enough sustainability onto Yelly Haze to spare Omega Esports, surrendering that first blood. Stu, I wonder what Stu was up to.
Oh boy, yeah.
Why is he at less than half health?
Yeah, like, that's not supposed to happen in these early level trades. In fact, like, he's going to be losing some sort of the pressure up on his lane for the moment, but Chico's already challenging the River Crab. He's going to be forcing his way out, and Formace getting some pokes.
All right. Given that Todak's lineup, as we said, is a little more well-rounded, scaling, we got to give up to Omega Esports.
Indeed, indeed. And, I guess the longer that this game takes, it's going to be taking more. Oh! Todak takes in for that first blood. Ooh. And Chico will fall right up next. As you can see, Hajizi just poking in from quite a distance. And Yelly Haze will be the next one being focused by Todak.
Oh, Curtizi off camera taking down Formace, and that's going to be a trade left and right. It's violence all over the Land of Dawn in this early stages of game number 2. 2 for 2 so far, not even 2 minutes 30 seconds in, and I do believe Todak may have had it better. I mean, they wish they had it better because they had to lose Chiku.
Indeed, and oh, there's going to be a little bit of pause, so we can definitely talk through what exactly happened right there. Yes, Todak did get the first blood in that sort of instance, but
they're just gonna start doing whatever they want.
Exactly, and glad that we are resuming back in towards the match already. Now, stuns are coming out towards the side of E1 as we are seeing more and more members invested in towards getting that turtle coming from the side of Todak. But look at Omega, they're responding really well. 3-man pushing inwards through the jungle, and they're trying to catch Chiku. Very greedy response coming from the side of Heath, and he gets punished for it.
This is not going to be good for Mr. Fundamental as Turtle goes over to Omega, and there you go, E1 trapping down one. Kenji takes out Chiku. I think that's worth it already. Popping the Counter Inferno here, facing down against 4. Kenji will not survive. Formace slays him. It's a 1-for-1.
Okay, I guess this is an interesting trade where, of course, you try to forsake 2 members for the side of the Turtle. But, you know, it's a long-term investment, and they're looking for the mid to late game that we're talking about.
Yep, actually, I admit it's a 2-for-1, right? And the reason why is because actually Heath was also taken out. But again, note, ladies and gentlemen, the put yourself together. His death timers are just lower.
Yeah, indeed, and it's still very early into this game. It's not going to be all too punishing at all. And Curtizi has made a big purchase.
Corrosion Scythe already, so I guess he's just one more away, possibly a Demon Hunter sword or a Golden Staff, and this one's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward to see what he's got to offer later on, but judging for the fact that you can see Formace also going with the Axis Wall, so they're going to be faring just about fine as Todak having Stu really holding himself well, but over on the side of E1, we have a fight.
Ooh, ejector into the backlines. E1 barely survives, but there's enough smart missiles to just put him down, barely alive. But there's a flicker spent, and E1's still alive.
What?
E1's still alive.
He's not supposed to stand after that. Like, I'm blabbering words, and over the top side here, you see Kenji being forced down. One tick of health left.
Deadly Magic's not enough to take him down, so I guess that's touche for both Todak and Omega.
Yeah, just click and respond. It's a little bit of push and pull going on for both sides, but you get to see how well Todak has changed after the first matchup. Now, this is what we are in for, and they are looking pretty much well in shape. Gabe now trying to catch out this Tigreal, but they're aiming for Moon instead.
Yep. Do note, ladies and gentlemen, E1 has no more implosion. Curtisi looking low. There you go, gonna dash in. Uses the Electo. Final blow. Taking out Curtisi. 1-1 slain. That's the Imperial Justice. Catching no one. Yeli is taken out. 2 for 0. Currently in favor of Todak, and they are gonna disengage. Omega says, let's Delta out of here. There's nothing for us to get.
Yeah, and Todak has found himself 2 kills up right now, and pretty much a free total without any sort of contest coming from Omega. They get really pushed in towards the lower side of the turrets as well. So consider this a big macro play coming in from the side of Todak after that big fight.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I agree with all my heart. Todak definitely won that fight. They won the engagement, and they have secured their lead. I'd say maybe 1.5k gold. And now that's Forme's Ejector out. Gonna be dashing through, and he survived.
Yeah, it's really gonna be hard to catch Forme's, and this is definitely the super rookie that we're talking about coming from the Malaysian side, which we saw early on. He was actually getting a lot of heat coming in from game 1, you know, getting bullied out by the Benedetta. Now that he's having the Benedetta, he's doing exactly the same, but, you know, haven't really said for sure that, oh, I actually won this lane against this 1-1, but he's pretty much a hit right now.
Yep, and just like that picks up the Brute Force Breastplate. So I'm pretty sure he can survive like more engagements. Now there's another Deadly Magic onto Kenji. Popping the Cotter Inferno with the Mountain Shocker to help him out. Oh, from the back in comes Heat. There's the Unstoppable Force. Oh, Chiku just able to save himself out, and an Ejector to try to get him slain, but he survives with just a sliver of health left. This is 4 members of Omega Esports in the top lane, and they have lethal intentions for this turret.
That's right, and the Cavalry has a wrap coming from the side of Omega Esports. They really want the turret, but there's not enough minions to do anything at all. So they will actually go in for a reset and opt to find some opportunities elsewhere. But hey, really interesting trait that both actually responded well just to defend their own members. And well, you can just see he was just a little inch away from actually getting his grasp on towards his party picks. But, you know, he just uses all these utilities to be able to actually get the cross. And this guy, after scoring the MVP, a lot of all this attention is drawing upon him from Todak.
Yeah, and I think with good reason, right? With good reason. Now there's another ejector onto Moon. Yeli Hayes hits the Imperial Justice, takes down E1. Not much the tank can do. Solo, oh sorry, that's Stu able to get away. That's a trade so far. E1 for Yeli Hayes. I wonder where else they can go. Stu destroyed here by Curtisi. 2 for 1 currently, and for the first time, Omega is able to breathe.
Yeah, and this is a very bad moment for the side of Todak because this turtle will definitely go over to the side of Omega Esports with the advantage in hand. And perhaps she could go into hopefully retry, but it's a very big risk that they don't want to take anyways. And he's pretty much far away on the bot side, so don't even think about it.
Yep, it's one thing to be mobile with a Harley, but not that mobile.
Yeah.
It's a little too far. I think they are just going to go for the trade here. Top lane for bottom, but there's an answer from Omega Esports. Curtisi gets the beats, and that's the ult. The crossbow of Tang has been activated, but Formaze knows exactly how to use the parries, and he's still alive. Curtisi pops the Aegis. Oh, and he takes down the Benedetta with Heat barely getting away. Electo, final blow, not enough to get him away. That's going to be a 1 for none in favor of Omega.
That was a beautiful fight, and you can see you both actually walk out of that sort of fight battered, and of course Formaze was the one falling out right there. So I guess that was pretty much a couple of millimeters away from death for members of the side of Omega Esports, but right now they're just evening the scores in terms of those kills. Only 1 deficit, but hey, it doesn't mean too much because they got what they need.
Another one, ladies and gentlemen. Unstoppable Force plus the Imperial Justice locks it in. Another one. Moon goes down. Curtizi is online. Stu gets quite a bit of damage, and that's two members of Todak not in fighting form. Formaze gets away, tries to protect his lane once more, trying to catch Heat off guard. And how the tables have turned contra. Omega Esports are now back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and Leo, I just can't help but to look at how well Omega Esports execute things. And speaking of which, one more free kill up in the mid lane while Forme is being forced away. This is going to be a siege, but Curtizi is getting a little bit of pressure, but Forme dashes all the way back, and he will be able to shut down that 1-1, but he will still get stopped by the rest of the members of Omega.
Excuse me, that was another Imperial Justice laid down by Yelly Haze. I could have sworn he just used it in mid, and now he used it on to Formaze to lock in the Benedetta. And ladies and gentlemen, they're trading. Yes, Curtizi was taken out, but not without a punish. Not without a punish. Formaze did not walk away.
Yeah, I definitely think that as much as Yelly Haze is a sacrificial lamb in certain scenarios, but he has been locking down the correct targets as necessary. And, well, we got immortality up, so it means that you can't exactly focus on towards Sylvana.
Yep, he's literally the immortal hero now.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go. 13 minutes in. And again, I think we're slowly walking into no man's land for Todak. It's because these two marksmen are ready to go. Look at this gold chart right here. It's all going towards Omega right now, and an endless blade goes over to Hajizi.
Indeed, it's a big fallout coming in from the gold charts, but E1 being forced to flicker away. Real smart decision, because if he doesn't, he will be sacrificed right there for no apparent reason. And for the moment, also on the top side, we do see a Harley going all the way in to engage over on towards Kanji. Stinkers coming out. Well, you have seen the other side of my ego, but that's going to be a big catch on the Moon.
There's another Imperial Justice putting Moon in, but there's not enough engagement because from the back, Formaze is giving Hajizi a bad time. There's lacking one hit, and that's Formaze. He's going to have to be taken out. And in the back, Heath and Kenji in trouble. Yelly Haze, Curtizi looking for some targets. Heath taken out here by Chiku, 2 for 1 currently, and Todak wins that exchange, and they're looking to go for more.
Yeah, indeed, and the Abyssal Marrow will be missing out. Not going to be hitting out towards Kenji or even the likes of Yelly Haze. They will have a little bit more room, but this calls for a sort of reload attempt, which is a little bit dangerous because Moon does not really have enough help to deal with this. Yelly Haze now being pretty much the center of focus of Moon, but Kenji's coming right in. Will this be a steal?
Moon's down! Ladies and gentlemen, in comes Kenji popping the Counter Inferno and the Vengeance as well, but Chico still secures the Lord, but at what cost? All of them go down there. Moon, Stu, and Chico for the price of one Lord. Who's getting away? That's E1. Woo, he's safe.
Oh, definitely going to be safe and sound for the moment, but is it really worth it? That's the big question here, because all these members drop out like flies in that sort of fight, and they already understood, okay, Moon doesn't really have all too much health. He was just trying to stop Heat from coming in, and eventually will still, drop out, but bought enough time for the side of Chiku to be able to secure this Lord. But at least they do take off some pressure. In the case Omega Esports actually get this.
Chuggin, he takes out Formaze all by himself.
Man, definitely the rightful name to be calling him a machine, because he just won that fight against a Benedetta of all things. And now it has to be the buff given over towards the side of Omega Esports. No contest whatsoever. They understood about how much pressure is inside of the jungle at the moment.
Oh no, they're starting to go for the choke here. So I think we can say that we're approaching the late game, and the fact that all the items are almost locked in for our core heroes. There's one more missing for Chiku. Let's check out Hajizi. He is building towards, I believe, an immortality. He needs one more. Curtizi, on the other hand, he is all set. He just needs one more, and I think that's also an immortality.
Yeah, indeed. And they don't really have to worry too much, because we talk about that mid to late game phase. It does favor Omega Esports. It's very evident in the charts. Like, those team fights actually working hand in hand, especially with Yelly Haze really catching on towards the right targets. Now, out of Moon, because Selena kind of scales up if you hit it towards the late game, and you just have to make sure you hit that abyssal arrow on the right targets, and it's getting harder and harder to do so.
Yep, it's the utility essentially right now. The utility between Moon catching off of these long stuns, as well as the Imperial Justice by Yelly Haze. I don't know. It's really a die roll, a coin flip at this point. Who can catch their targets easier or even better? So right now, Chico secures his orange, at least with the help of E1 from the bushes. And I do think this is a great pickup by Yelly Haze. The glowing wand, because a lot of times people get away with just this much health. By the way, I'm making a hand signal, ladies and gentlemen. It's a small
yeah.
hand gesture. All right?
That's right.
So with that, the glowing wand, they can secure more kills.
I definitely agree with that, and they're waiting for the next big objective. And another 1v1 breaks out as Formaze will challenge Kenji once again.
Ooh.
But Kenji looking to sustain this really well. He's not phased at all, but over on towards the mid-river side, we do see, of course, a lot more big items coming out for Side of High. They're getting clipped out, and this does not look all too good for Todak.
Speaking of big pickups, this is what? A rotation of epic proportions. 5 members of Omega Esports with lethal intention. You see it in their eyes. Figuratively speaking, you see it in their eyes. They want to go for it, and they split up Todak because Todak is trying to secure the rest of the map. They're trying to make it as blue as possible, given that they did get the first Lord.
Yeah, and I guess that first Lord really bought them a little bit more time, but if you look at the map itself, there's a lot of all these turrets already been taken out by the side of Omega Esports. They freely roam across the map. They have more pressure inside the jungle, which is why Todak is just being forced to go on the defensive. Like, even the Lord is up right now, being empowered or so. It's going to be very tough to challenge at the moment, especially with Jawhit waiting along the lines.
Yep, that's going to be a Luminous Lord here, worked on by Hajizi and Curtizi. Each marksman actually dealing a crit level of about 1,200 apiece. All right, that's 1,200 apiece. Your life bars rip. Okay, so this is going to be Formaze from up top watching out. E1 as well. They have all of their ults. They have all of their flickers. It's just a matter of really using your timing and picking your spots. And of course, Mountain Shocker to check. They see that down bottom, there is Stu, and Chico's a little farther. So I think they want to make sure that they don't lose any turrets. Like, I think that's priority 1, and then second priority is Lord.
Yep, that's right. And we could definitely see that Omega is just guarding it so well. Like, it's part of the gallery. Hello, Formaze.
Hello. Oh, does not get any yet. There's the Electo final blow. He tries to go for the ejector, still stays on the spot. The big fight is actually both in mid and in top. They disengage. Check out Stu, though. Stu's just working, man. Stu's just working.
He's working out, and he will be able to actually secure one more, sneaking it through the noses. But now this is going to be the Lord being startled. E1 just checking in as well. He does have immortality, so he's going to be A-okay if he were to even nosedive in towards his way. Now, he's planning himself in towards the Pixel Brush, and Yelly Haze, he might just be able to do something towards E1. Oh, just a little bit of tickle, not going to be too much.
Just say hi, just say hi. And up top, there is a huge wave sent in by Formaze. I wonder if Curtizi has it in him to clear this wave, and the answer is yes. Look at that. If there's a pixel brush, there's a pixel health on that turret up top.
Oh, yeah. And,
still in.
I guess they could just easily dive in to actually crush it, but no point actually risking your life for that turret, which eventually will fall if they could actually get some minions in. But, oh boy, this might just be a good setup coming from the side of Omega. They're rushing right in to steal the buff, but just look at the discipline coming in from Todak. But the Lord...
They bought some time. They were using the buff as a facade, and the purple really isn't worth it because Kenji's still alive. That's the Lord taken in by Hajizi, and the fight has broken up. There's a sticker coming in for the MPL Season 6 champions. That's Formaze picking up the Malefic Roar, and it looks like E1 is looking low. There's a takeout by Hajizi over to the right on to Formaze. Yelly Haze gets his immortality popped, and it looks like they have waves marching from both mid and top, and it's waiting for Lord to come out, and there he comes down mid. It's going to be a penetration soon enough. Kenji gets hit by the by the Deadly Magics. Oh, he's still alive.
Oh my goodness, just look at his health bars going back up. Moon is on a tick of health as well. They're chasing in for Hajizi. Chiku does a desperate attempt, and it won't be. Members, first on Todak, backing off, retreating. Remember, there's a Lumin's over on towards the mid side. This does not look good. And Omega pinning them down. There's nowhere for them to run as the Yishushin gets another one, and they have stopped it on their tracks. Only E1 as well as Moon left, and now the Lord is knocking on their doors. Omega might just secure that 2-0 here.
Oh no, this is so close to happening. E1 gets knocked up, and there's a Lord as well. Oh, Contra, just a matter of time. They're wailing on the base. That's one man defending, and it's not enough. Omega Esports secures the 2-0 victory, starting the day strong in Group B.
Wow, what a way to start off the first series. Omega have been able to topple the giants of MYSG as Todak has